Good morning again from Seattle, Washington. We're not supposed to be here right now. We're supposed to be in Shasta Lake, California. Going on about 36 hours of delay so far of our wonderful RV adventure. If you didn't catch the last video, yesterday we spent all day getting the RV roadworthy, fixed all the leaks and everything. We were dialed, ready to go, jumped in, got on the freeway, started heading south, and boom, we had an explosion. The driveline of the RV just left the chat. We towed it here to the wonderful Comfort Inn, spent the night out here. At this point, we're just along for the ride of whatever this RV wants to do for us.
We haven't even been on a ride yet.
You don't even want to ride in it. You had so many opportunities. Which
we towed it further than it's drove.
we are, that's actually probably true. We're just gonna get this thing tightened up as quick as we can and get heading southbound. We're in Kent, Washington, Outlaw Overland. We got a bunch of messages last night from a bunch of really helpful people. Thank you to all you those who reached out. Cameron's wife reached out last night at like 2 a.m. She sent the "Hey, you still up?" text. We got back to him this morning, and she said, "Hey, my husband, we're in the shop, Outlaw Overland. Come over, you know, your house, our shop is your shop," type of deal. Red carpet rolled out for us. Let us borrow their forklift, tools. They're ordering parts and pieces for us. So we're pulling off the other half of the driveline that stayed on last night. Driveline fixed, going over to Drivelines Northwest, who apparently is the best driveline shop in the area. Had about 100 people tell us to go there. My goal is to be out of here, depending on how quickly the driveline can be done, but I'd love to be on the road by noon. Fingers crossed that the driveline shop moves fast.
What are you doing?
Trying to figure out what's going on with this generator. Supposedly works, and it's got power to the main body.
Yeah, well, the RV supposedly ran too.
True.
Couple new shafts.
The boys here at Outlaw Overland did it. Made it happen. Without them, we were going to be doing this on the side of the road, miserable. It probably wouldn't have got done. Definitely suggest checking them out because these guys do some pretty rad stuff. They were showing me some of their builds. They hand build everything here. So what that means is everything is custom for exactly what you want. It's not like they just, you know, draw stuff up and just randomly put it together. Like I looked at the trucks that they built some pretty rad Toyotas, full 4-link suspension, full bed cage, back half, everything like that. Really quality work, and you guys are taking on work, yeah? So if you got a crawler build or something cool you want to build, obviously these guys kind of specialize in Toyotas and that type of vehicle. I can vouch for them. They do good work, they're good dudes. 10 out of 10 recommend these guys.
You guys are liking the video so far, but listen, out here it's just us, Terry, and the open road. But when you're in a situation like this, you need help from today's sponsor, Onyx Off-Road. With Onyx Off-Road, whether you're mapping out a new area, looking for the best campground, or simply just trying to get off grid, it's going to give you the tools you need to be able to come back to civilization someday. They just came out with a dispersed camping layer, which means when you look at the map, it's going to show you all the best camping spots, which I personally love because I want to get off grid. I want to be out there in the wilderness. I want to know the best spots. Onyx can provide that. You know what else they have now? Offline maps, which means you don't have service. Guess what? You still got a map to be able to guide you to where you need to go because you don't know where the service is going to hit you again. Until now, because they also map the cell service so that when you're traveling the trail, you know, oh, from point A to point B, I'm not going to have any service. But when I get there, bada bing, bada boom, I'm going to be connected again. I got to get back with Terry. But what I want you to do in the meantime is click the link in the description below and get 7 days of trial of Onyx Off-Road for free. And then try and tell me that it's not the greatest tool in the world. Thank you, Onyx Off-Road, for sponsoring today's video.
I don't want to see you boys again until it's time to get fuel, all right?
You got it, man. Good news is I'm not 100% sure when we're going to need fuel because the fuel gauge doesn't work, so let's just call it like a couple hundred miles. This is how you know it's about to get serious. See ya. See you guys at Shasta Lake. I keep wanting to say Lake Shasta, but I'm pretty sure it's called Shasta Lake.
windows off the RV, so we're gonna pull over right here and get a. So, I think we picked up an instrument somewhere along the road.
What is that?
It's created its own little backfiring. Never in all of my life, I could hear you guys every time you let off. It'd go bang, 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 bang.
Just an idle.
Sounds like we're doing a drive-by with a really crappy
idle.
suppression.
That's the first. Sounds like it's got a big old cam in it. So I ran a little test from our last stop. I disconnected the fuel pump, the electric fuel pump, just to see if it would run without it, because it's a lot of fuel pressure into a very leaky old system. It ran okay, but started backfiring and sputtering a little bit, and then it finally started to get to the point where it was dying. Pulled over to see what was going on, and we have a fuel leak. Our little part that we JB welded at Napa the other day, tiny pinhole sized leak in one side of it, and it's just shooting fuel all over this hot engine. So to avoid a fire, we're gonna stop and probably have to patch that real quick, which means we're gonna have to stop and cool down here for a little bit. I just actually watched the first video that we released of this adventure, and you know what? You're right. A lot of you are talking about how you like the format, how it's raw. I like it too. You get to see like the real world, not just the curated beautiful shots that we want you to see, like going to Harbor Freight, finding AC. This one retracts easily with a simple tug. So do I. I think this will get us off to the races, where we need to be.
I think this will get us to the next town over.
This will get us somewhere. Here we go. We got to get some fresh air in this thing because it's not looking good for our lungs. So we bought 3 fans. First, we got to get the inverter installed. So we are going to take these big 2-gauge battery wires from the deep cycle battery through the firewall to the inverter that I'm going to install probably under the seat. This guy right here.
Hey guys, it's me. You don't get to see my shirt off very often, but let me tell you what, when you're traveling in a hot box, I was on the verge of death. I'm pretty sure I hallucinated. The only thing that would wake me up from my hallucinations is every once in a while, am I getting carbon monoxide poisoning? Coming from the driver's seat. Super safe.
Mm-hmm. Moment of truth, guys. We're gonna see if the old Harbor Freight inverter inverts. This thing pulls. Oh, she's a mover. We got room for a couple more fans, easy. I think we're gonna add some window fans here. Something that we got enough power left over for Alex to Netflix and chill back there. My friends, we are back on the road again. Figured out whatever, still backfiring, doing some weird stuff. We got the air conditioning installed, but we got nothing but open road and misfires ahead of us. Guessing we got a vacuum leak somewhere, and to be honest with you, I just don't have the energy to deal with it. So we're just gonna go and see if we can ever make it out of Washington. This is the trip that just keeps on giving. Thought we had it fixed, didn't have it fixed, so we just towed it. This might be my favorite breakdown spot yet, because it's literally in the parking lot of Hidden Zone, AutoZone. I have a suspicion, a theory that I'm about to follow up on. These old Ford 460 engines, especially the RV ones, have oil pressure sensor on the engine that if it doesn't read the right pressure, it shuts off the tank and the pump. all of our problems have been related to fuel so far. And in this RV, there is a fuel tank right here in the back underneath there. See it? In that tank, there should be an in-tank pump that has like a sock and a hose and stuff that goes down in there, sucks the fuel up, pushes it through to the carburetor. Well, if that oil pressure sending unit is not reading the right pressure, then it's telling that pump, don't turn on. So that pump is staying off. So we thought yesterday, oh, maybe we can just bypass that pump and put an inline pump in. Well, we did that and it was working, but now I think what happened was the tank got to a certain level of fuel and the inline pump is no longer able to pull it. So I'm 95% sure that our issues all come from the pump in the tank. The worst part is we have to pull this stupid doghouse off to get to it. So we're gonna pull that off, dive in and find this oil pressure sensor. Turns out it was the fuel or the oil pressure sensor in the tank that was killing the in-tank pump. So now we got fuel rolling through it. It's happy again, but the carburetor is a leaky mess. So we've been trying to avoid replacing it the whole time because it's in a terrible spot and kind of hard to find, but we're in AutoZone parking lot. We're gonna see if they have one. If they do, we're just gonna throw a carb on it and it'll be good to go. Okay.
And it will be good to go are the famous last words of this trip.
It'll be good to go. My theory here, which turns out is a very common problem in these 460 motorhomes, according to all you viewers. Thank you by the way, for that. We've had a bunch of you reach out, message us, DM us, email us, saying, hey, I got that same RV or I got that same engine, and if you try starting the engine and the fuel pressure sensor doesn't show like 13 PSI or something, then it will kill the fuel pump and not let it turn on, which I'm telling you, that is the symptoms that we've been having. And when I crank the engine, my oil pressure gauge does not go up any meaningful amounts. So here's my oil pressure sending unit, and here is the plug for it. And I just need a little jumper wire, piece of jumper wire. Got it right there. Like that. Look at that.
So what's happening is that oil sensor is telling the motor, hey, you don't have oil pressure, don't start. I'm trying to protect you. And we're like, hey, we got this, big guy. We'll bypass you. Now we're getting too much pressure and the carburetor's leaking fuel everywhere now. So now we're gonna try to find a carburetor.
Right here. Oh, let's put him outside. Oh.
That's carburetor?
That's our carburetor.
For all of the non-automotive, what does carburetor do?
Carburetor, you know, you need a few things for a vehicle. Air and fuel is one. And the carburetor is like the dish or the cup that brings the drink to the vehicle. It needs fuel, here it is. The carburetor goes, and then lets the air in, and then it goes, boom, combust. I use sound effects to explain things more than actual logic, so.
Exact same.
Make sense? Ish.
The carb rebuild in the parking lot. Not ideal. Kind of our best option at the moment. This is a carburetor rebuild kit. It's got a bunch of various different gaskets that I can try to steal to replace my leaking ones. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be way better than it was. Honestly, I should have just gone with my gut yesterday and replaced the carb when I was thinking about it at Napa. There's a million better ways to do this, but when you're stuck on the side of the road, you kind of just got to make do with what you got. And some of you guys have commented, oh, too bad Alan's not there. And to that I have to say, you're damn right it's too bad Alan's not here, because Alan is the carburetor wizard. That man loves rebuilding a carburetor. He talks about it a lot. I haven't rebuilt a carburetor in several years. They're pretty basic, but they're also fairly complicated. And if you don't have the right tools or the right jets or the right gaskets or the right bits and pieces to get them tuned in right, they'll run, but not to their fullest capacity. So I'm expecting this one to just get by. It'll run better than it was, for sure. We're just gonna get it down the road, get us to our destination, and enjoy every minute of it.
I know this is pissing everybody off that I'm doing something productive. But I took a small engines class. I know what it takes to get a carb ready. You know? I don't care.
Dad, stop talking, you're pissing me off.
Well, there's that.
Just rebuilding carbs on Friday night.
Rebuilding carbs on a Friday night. What are you doing?
Watch my friends rebuild some carbs.
Frick yeah.
Talk about cars and dream about women. Never had a plan to live more than a minute.
I'm just trying to clean up some loose skin around the edges here.
Oh, foreskin.
Oh, I think, you know what? Whoever put this in probably just hammered it in.
I think it works though. I don't think it's...
Foreskin?
I don't...
It does work.
I think we are ready to give it a go here. Hey guys, it's me, Heavy D. Good news for you is you're getting more video of us going to a hotel. Here we are at the hotel. The RV just kind of stopped working in general. Chasing down parts for a vehicle this old has been a bit of a nightmare. We worked it as hard as we could in the AutoZone parking lot. Got to the point where the batteries died. So once the batteries are dead again, that means we can't crank on anymore and can't figure out what's going on. So we're going on night 3 in a hotel, and we've still only made it, maybe 100 miles or so from where we originally picked up the van. So we got a bunch of tired, dirty guys. My lens is creamy, and I don't even care. Good morning, my friends. It's day 3 of this adventure. We are 50, 60 miles from where we picked the RV up, and we have encountered every problem you can possibly think of, and it just keeps on getting worse. We just went and found a fuel pump rebuild kit to rebuild the fuel sending unit in the tank. We got a new sock, so this means we have to drop the fuel tank, which sucks. So we're gonna get the tools, start working on getting that out, while we also take this new battery charger we bought from AutoZone. Luckily we broke down in the AutoZone parking lot. Yeah. We're gonna take this, plug it into our batteries, let it charge while we drop the fuel pump, or the fuel tank, rebuild the fuel pump, put it back in, and it should work. Next stop hopefully is Portland. If we can get to Portland, awesome. Then we'll just leave this thing there. Either leave it with a friend or sell it to somebody or burn it or run it off Mount Hood, who knows. We're getting out of Washington, come hell or high water, which both of those have actually already came, and here we are still. Here's what we found. This sock right here is the fuel pickup sock. It's full of rust and junk. We also found that our fuel tank only had about 1 inch of fuel in it, which is absolutely mind-blowing because we just filled it up about 30 miles ago.
Nice. Oh no.
So we've driven maybe 30 miles, right? That would mean that we're getting less than a mile to the gallon because the tank's empty. Those were our problems. We weren't getting enough fuel. Note to self, next time you spend $5,000 at auto parts stores trying to do a roadside repair, buy a creeper, because this tarry, oily substance is not coming off. I might need a little help scrubbing here. All of these scratches, dents, and dings are new. This burn right here, brand new. And then, to top it off, I just stuck the burn into an open, like, metal clamp end, and it just decided to go in there and just do one last quick open up all the fresh scabbing. It's tar. What is this? I need to go to the car wash and just have you guys hit me with the pressure washer. Sorry you have to do this on there. this. Damn. Where's that coming from? My friends, this right here is what is causing us all the freaking heartache. This is the old fuel filler hose that they used. Like when I bend it, all these cracks appear. Terrible install. The way they put it in, this part was smashed between the RV body and the frame of the RV. We basically had to neck down from the size of the filler neck to a little bit smaller hose, to a little smaller hose, to a little smaller hose, so that it's the right diameter. This stuff just cost us 8 hours.
That's not good.
You don't have to do this. So we're clear? Everybody's on the same page? Ridiculous, preposterous, asinine, insane, silly, goofy, stupid, dumb. So, cool. All right, my friends, we are off to do something very special right now. In Seattle, Washington, there's something very, very special waiting for us. He has no idea where we're going or what we're doing. But my friends, buckle up because we're going on a road trip. From the key, the letdown, the heartache, the disappointment. Yeah, and when have I not fixed something? Okay. Where's that coming from? I might need a little help scrubbing here.
That's the lot that we pulled into last night. We were right there. We're there all night. And then today, we haven't left at all.
New batteries, new starter, got everything, all the previous problems solved, and now the motor's acting like it's locked up.
Come on, baby.
That's nice. Oh, it's a freaking relief, man.
That feels good.
That sounds crispy. I never thought I'd be so happy to hear a piece of start. I mean, that, like, what a, and it sounds great. That was so far from what I had anticipated for this thing. I thought maybe like a quick, like, hour on the side of the road, put a couple new this or that in, be good to go. I was not expecting to drop the tank, replace the whole fuel system, rebuild the carburetor, rebuild the driveline, redo the freaking ignition system, do 2 starters, do 4 batteries. I mean, the list just went on and on and on and on and on. We're so far behind from anywhere we wanted to be. We're just gonna get on the highway right now and see what happens. I don't even care where we go, I just wanna go. So that's the next plan, just go. And then we'll get to where we get. Got good news. She's running great. Got a pretty healthy exhaust leak, which makes it sound like the motor's about to blow up, but rest assured she's okay. We've only gone about 30-40 miles. I think this is the furthest we've made it so far. Everything is great. It gets a little warm on the hills, and I was afraid it wasn't gonna get under control, but it comes back down, which is fantastic, because I don't want to deal with overheating right now. Drive's great, very smooth, alignment's good, tires feel good. It cruises like 70, actually 69 seems to be the top speed, which is super ironic, and I'm not making that up. That seems real. Our goal is to get fuel and get to the coast so that we can get you some beautiful shots of old Terry on the beach at golden hour. So we're gonna fuel up and keep on moving. Steering has got all stiff and started smelling a burning smell. think we might have blown a power steering belt.
Pretty good place to stop.
Hey, new record.
Yeah, we were cooking. Nice. That was luck. That was absolutely Friday the 13th. Good luck.
Turns out I was wrong. Today's Saturday the 12th. Good, nobody heard me.
Well, then we've just got regular luck today. Little misunderstanding on the date and time here, but we're all good. We got the belts that we needed just in the nick of time. That store closes in 3 minutes. This actually worked out great because old Terry needed some time to cool down before we got tearing into that radiator because he's really hot right now. So by the time we get back, hopefully it's cooled off enough to be able to put those belts on. But also we found a Dairy Queen, which is fantastic news. Done. Belts are changed. We're actually able to get rid of a couple belts. We got rid of the AC belt because the AC compressor doesn't work, and the smog pump also was basically destroyed. That's like the emissions pump. Normally we would leave on, but since it's broken anyways and just spitting stuff out into the atmosphere, pulled the belt off of that. So it's actually doing less damage now than it was before. We're good to go. We were headed this way because we were trying to get to the beach for golden hour. Don't die. Don't do that, Terry. Don't pull that shit on me. I think he's good. But we missed golden hour obviously because those belts blew up, but we got new power steering belts, new alternator belt. Terry's running like a top over there. So we're gonna head to Portland. I'm not gonna push our luck anymore because we all have to be home tomorrow, Sunday. I have to leave on a trip Monday morning to the other side of the country. So unfortunately our RV trip is gonna have to get cut short for now. We're gonna get back on the open road and about 2 hours to Portland from here. He's running great, guys. Old Terry, keep calling him a her, but maybe it's non-binary, who knows. Running, I've been floored this whole time and just hauling ass down these back roads and everything seems pretty good. Still doesn't like to idle, but I'm fine with that. I'm falling in love with it though. As goofy as this big bastard is, I love it. My friends, we have arrived at Terry's, I don't want to say final resting place, but this is going to be a nice little rest stop for him. We put him through the paces over the past few days, and we happen to have a friend here in Vancouver who was crazy enough to say, hey, yeah, come park it at my house.
You guys remember Lake Powell? Ethan? Just so happens he's on our pathway home and just said, why don't you guys come party with us?
So guys, Ethan was the winner, one of the winners of our Lake Powell trip last year. Him and 2 other guys came out to Lake Powell. It was a good trip. It was a really fun trip. We're either going to leave it here and sell it. Hans have been getting a ton of interest, so if you do have interest and you want to buy it, email hans@dieselsellers.com. So my plan would be when we find some time, we're going to come back up and finish the road trip, make it to Shasta Lake. Remember that's where we were headed.
Had you talked to him 2 hours ago, he would have sold it to you for any price, burn it to the ground. But the last 2 hours of fun driving,
old Terry,
he's in love again.
He's a hot rod man. This guy performed like you would not believe. Ridiculous, preposterous, asinine, insane, silly. So we could have got more out of Terry. Terry was rocking and rolling. There's still a lot of work that Terry needs. For being one of the most rare, unique, and expensive for its time RVs ever, did pretty damn well, all things considered. Definitely didn't anticipate 72 hours worth of delays, but here we are. And you guys got to see every excruciating minute of it. It's a win-win-win for everybody except for the guy who now has a Starfire RV stuck in his driveway. But we got a flight to catch. We got to get home because this trip has gone on way too long. And we'll see you on the next one.
Yes, we could, but we could not be together anymore. I can't say that I don't miss you, but we gotta let it be. 'Cause I'm still fire and you're still gasoline. Yeah, I was fire